Over here you can see we have a list of employees and revenues, and we want to find out how much Sophia has brought in as the amount of revenue. So under revenue we put X. So you can download the same data set in the video description for you to follow along. So under the revenue cells we are going to put equal sign, and then we type XLOOKUP. Once you find it, hit the tab key to activate it. And the lookup value is what are we trying to look for, what are we and what we are trying to look for is Sophia. So we click Sophia, which is our lookup value, then comma, and our lookup array is where can we find, and the lookup array is where can we find her. Well, we can find her in the list of employee in the list of employee. Okay, we will go Control Shift down and comma. So our return array is what the answer we're looking for. In our case, we are looking at the list of all the revenue, and we go Control Shift down, and then we close the parentheses. When we hit enter, we can see this number of Sophia is the same as the Sophia's revenue here, and this looks good. So we can try this with few other employees and see what we get. And so this XLOOKUP replaces VLOOKUP as the best option and better option than VLOOKUP. After trying with different employees, we can see we are getting the right answer as the amount of revenue. Apart from looking from the different employees and getting the same answer, now let's try to look up using the first name only, and that's where the second example comes in. Let's try and see. Now in the next example we are going to look at the same data set, and we are going to look at the employee Fatuma Mwangi, and we want to use the first name without the surname and see if we can find the right figure as the revenue. So let's see if that is possible. We'll go to equals XLOOKUP. If you find it, hit the tab key. The lookup value is going to be Fatuma, and it's not just Fatuma because she has a surname which is Fatuma Mwangi. So we are going to put an ampersand here, then quotation marks, asterisk, quotation marks. This is what we all need. This is to say that whatever it is after Fatuma can be ignored after the match. So the lookup array is employee Fatuma, and we can find her in the list of employees. So hit Control Shift down to select all. So the return array is all the revenue figures. So we come here, we hit Control Shift down to select all, and so here we'll come and put comma. If not found, that is not what we want. We put another comma, the wildcard character match. Wildcard character match, that is what we want, and then we will come here and put 2, and then we put parentheses. Hit enter. If you do that, we are going to get the Fatuma's revenue here, and we can see that it matches the revenue in the other side. And we can also use this to look for the revenue for others employees, and we see if they matches. The two examples we have looked, they are simple because they only have one criteria. Now let's see in a scenario where we have multiple criteria or multiple conditions, how we can navigate with XLOOKUP. Over here you can see we don't only have employees like earlier before, but we also have months and revenue. So this basically has multiple conditions, and we are going to look out how we can work with these. That said, XLOOKUP only allow to look up for one value. But that said, we can see how we can work around this and use XLOOKUP to return two different values. So under the revenue cells, we put equals, we type XLOOKUP, hit the tab key, and then the lookup value. And then the lookup value, it's a lookup value we're going to look at Fatuma again, and also the lookup array is the list of employee. Hit Control Shift arrow down. In the return array is where it's going to be tricky, because we're going to add another XLOOKUP so that we can add the months as a return array and get the correct answer. Let's do it. So type XLOOKUP here. The lookup value is the month. Click the month, comma, and then the lookup array is the month, the list of this month, 4 months, and the return array is going to be the whole figures in all these months. So we come here, Control Shift down, Control Shift right, and then put the parentheses. Close parentheses again to close up the first XLOOKUP to get the correct value. And we see for Fatuma Mwangi, the month of February, he got this amount of revenue, and that seems to be the case here. So we can try this with different months and see if we can get it right. Also, we can try it with different employee, different months, and see if it is correct. This replaces index match formula, and it is better to use it as well. And because we have looked at the index match replacement, now we can look at an approximate match using the VLOOKUP. And this is, for example, a case where you want to pay some bonus, and the bonus varies from one range to the other range. So we want to see the approximate match, how much you can pay in terms of bonus. Let's work around. In this example, you can see a range of bonuses where each an employee gets if he brings in a certain amount of revenue. For example, if an employee brings in 0 revenue, he gets 0% as a bonus. If an employee brings in 1,000 revenue, he gets 10%. Maybe a range of 1,000 to 400,000, he gets 10% as bonus. If an employee brings in 4,000 to 8,000, he gets 15% as the amount of bonus. And if he brings 8,000 and above, he gets 20% as a bonus. Let's see how we can go about it. And here we will put equals XLOOKUP, hit the tab key, and the lookup value is what we are looking for. And in this case, we are looking for revenue. So we'll put revenue, comma, and we are looking for it in this range here, which is our lookup array. And we're going to hit the F4 key to lock it down, so that when we are done, the data here will not flow down. It's the same as putting the $sign, so that when we drag our table, this data down, this data here will not drag down. Okay, now the comma, the return array is the bonuses here. So Control Shift down, and also we hit the F4 key to put the dollar sign so that we lock the same, so that when we drag the data here will not, this table will not, this row will not drag. Then we put comma, and if not found, we don't want that much, then we'll put another comma here, and now we want an exact match all on the next smaller item. So this -1, we are going to put it here, meaning that if it is less than 1,000 or it is less than 8,000, now it is going to the lesser item, which is 4,000. Let's go ahead and close the parentheses and hit enter, and here we go. And that's for the first one. We can click here to drag them down, and here you can see that we have the bonuses for all the revenue generated. And you can see here that this person made more than 8,000 and he got 20%. Now, what happens if you have multiple columns with data that you want to look up for? Now let's see how we can work around this. And you can see here we are not looking for one answer like what we have been doing before, but we are looking for 3 different answers. We are looking for profit, new clients, and rating. And we are looking for the ratings of these of all of these employees, and it can be tedious to go one by one, and so we want to look how we can do this with one formula and generate auto-populate all the figures. Well, we can come here under the profit, put equal sign, and then XLOOKUP, hit the tab key. Our lookup value, well, we are looking for the employees, so our lookup value is Fatuma Mwangi. Then we put comma here, and our lookup array, we are looking for employees and employee Fatuma Mwangi under the list of employees. So we come here, Control Shift arrow down, then comma, and so let's remember to log these with a F4 key, all dollar sign, so that then we put comma, and our return array is profit. We are looking for profit, new clients, and rating. And so we'll come here, Control Shift arrow down, then Control Shift arrow right to highlight all the figures, then hit a F4 key to put the dollar sign so that you can lock the cells. Close the parentheses and hit enter. And now we have we can confirm with the data auto-populated here. You can see how the data has auto-populated for the profit, for the new clients, and for the ratings. And you can confirm with employee Fatuma here, and we can see John Omondi right here and his rating. Well, XLOOKUP is a very powerful function, but it does have some limitations, and maybe we can check out where, in which scenario that XLOOKUP does not work. Let's take a look. Over here you can see we have the profit for the 3 counties, and we want to sum the profit. Let's say we want to sum the profit of Nairobi County, and here the limitation of XLOOKUP is that it can only get an exact match, which is one number, and we want to sum the total profit of Nairobi County. And we can see we have we have 3 lists of revenue and 3 lists of profit from Nairobi. Let's check that. And we want to find the sum of the profit of Nairobi, and that's why the XLOOKUP won't work, because it will return the exact match of one number, but we want the sum of the profit of Nairobi. Well, in my case, I'll come here and put equal sign, and I'll use some if formula, and type the sum if, hit the tab key, and the range here is I want to see Nairobi County, and you'll come here, control shift arrow down to highlight all the counties that we are looking from that range. And the criteria here is this specific county, the county of Nairobi. So I'm gonna click Nairobi here, and you put comma here, and we want to find the answer from the range of this profit. And so we'll come here, control shift arrow down within this range, and close the parentheses to get the figure. So basically, when you click enter, the sum of these three is basically the number that we have found here in Nairobi County. And also we can try the other counties to see if it works. Let me know in the comment section which other formulas maybe you can use to get to work around this kind of data. XLOOKUP function is better than the VLOOKUP, the HLOOKUP, and the index match. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. See you in the next video.